What's up, Chelsea folks? It's time for another video packed with hot updates about our team. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and show your support with a like, okay? Chelsea, traditionally known for its aggressive and dominating style of play, is currently experiencing a period of transition that has raised numerous questions regarding its tactical identity. For many years, the club's football was defined by intense pressure, particularly when out of possession, with a clear focus on regaining the ball quickly and immediately putting the opponent under strain. The team's approach was pragmatic, aiming to impose its will on the game with high energy, direct play, and rapid transitions. The pace was relentless, as the team would exploit any lapse from the opposition, catching them off guard with quick, incisive counterattacks. This style of play was not only effective but also created a sense of fear and respect among opponents, as Chelsea consistently controlled the tempo of their matches and demonstrated a ruthless efficiency in both attack and defense. However, over the past few years, Chelsea's style of play has undergone a significant transformation. What once appeared to be vibrant, energetic football has now been replaced by a more reactive approach, where the team seems more focused on waiting for the right moment to strike rather than dictating the flow of the game. This shift from an aggressive, high-pressing style to one that relies more on defensive solidity and patient build-up has fundamentally changed how the team plays. The aggressive press, which was once the hallmark of their game, has been substituted by a more passive defensive approach, where Chelsea tends to sit back, absorb pressure, and then look for opportunities to break, rather than taking the game to the opposition. This strategic shift has had a direct impact on the team's performance, as it has become less dominant in matches. Although still capable of organized play, Chelsea has lost the ability to assert control over games in the way it once did. The focus has moved from a relentless drive for victory to a more cautious, conservative approach that prioritizes defensive stability over offensive fluidity. As a result, the team has become more predictable, with their attacking play lacking the same incisiveness and unpredictability that had previously made them such a dangerous force. The reactive nature of the football they are now playing has diluted the aggressive edge that once made them a formidable opponent. The tactical shift has also led to stagnation in the development of the team's collective style. Once known for their fast, direct play, Chelsea now finds itself relying on slower, more methodical possession, as they wait for the right moments to penetrate the opposition's defense. This slower build-up play, though effective at times, has sapped the energy and dynamism from their game, and the team now struggles to maintain the same tempo they once thrived on. The team's former ability to quickly transition from defense to attack and impose a high-speed rhythm on games has been replaced by a more cautious, controlled approach, which, while measured, has often made Chelsea less able to impose their will on matches and less threatening in the final third. Furthermore, this shift in style has diminished the fluidity of their play. Chelsea's once formidable attacking transitions have now become slower, less frequent, and less effective. The team's reliance on careful, deliberate build-up play has meant that they are often unable to capitalize on quick counterattacks or create sudden, dangerous opportunities in the final third. This lack of attacking thrust has made Chelsea more vulnerable to teams that are able to dominate possession and control the tempo of the match. As a result, the team's performances have become increasingly lackluster, lacking the intensity and aggression that once characterized their football, and which had once made them one of the most feared teams in Europe. Reactive football, while effective in certain situations, no longer captures the essence that Chelsea had cultivated for so many years. The team's strength had always been its ability to press high and control games by forcing mistakes and exploiting them at pace. Now, that pressure has been replaced by a more passive defensive style, which allows opponents to dictate the rhythm and tempo of the match. This passive approach, though solid at times, has taken away much of the bite from Chelsea's football, leaving them less dynamic, less unpredictable, and less dangerous. The team has become more cerebral and methodical in its approach, but in doing so, it has lost the aggressive edge that was always its hallmark. This shift has not only impacted the team's tactical approach but also the relationship between the club and its supporters. Fans who once took pride in seeing a team that was aggressive, energetic, and fearless on the pitch now find themselves watching a more cautious, conservative side. The once passionate following now sees a team that is less likely to seize the initiative, preferring instead to wait for opponents to make mistakes. This shift has created a disconnect between the expectations of the supporters and the reality on the field, as the fans feel the club has lost the identity that once made it so exciting to watch. The energy that was once synonymous with Chelsea football is now a distant memory, replaced by a sense of frustration over the team's inability to reclaim its former swagger. Moreover, the lack of a clear strategy to return to more aggressive, high-intensity football has raised doubts about the club's future direction. The transition from an attacking mindset to a more balanced and defensively focused approach has made it difficult for the team to adapt to the ever-changing demands of top-level football. Chelsea now finds itself in a period of limbo, unable to reconnect with the identity of the team that once dominated English and European football. This has left many questions unanswered, with supporters and analysts alike unsure about which direction the club will take to restore its place among the elite. The decline of the vibrant football that Chelsea once played is not merely a result of tactical changes but also the loss of a fundamental philosophy that was central to the club's success in numerous competitions. The team, which once dominated matches with an offensive mentality, now finds itself trapped in a more defensive, less dynamic model. This has not only affected results but also how the club is perceived by its opponents and supporters. The nostalgia for the old Chelsea style is becoming stronger, particularly in an era where competitiveness is increasing and the club searches for a new model for success. The challenge now is to rediscover the essence of Chelsea's football, which made them feared and admired, without losing sight of the need to adapt to the modern football landscape. Given all of these factors, Chelsea finds itself at a crossroads, where a new identity must be forged urgently. The club must decide whether it will continue with this more reactive style, which may work in certain situations but lacks intensity, or if it will return to the aggressive, imposing football that once made them such a powerful force. The challenge is to rekindle the essence that made the team great while simultaneously embracing the demands of contemporary football. Chelsea's future will largely depend on whether they can reignite the spark of the vibrant, attacking football that brought them so much success in the past. What do you think, Chelsea fans? Is it time to reclaim the aggressive, high-intensity football that once made this team a force to be reckoned with, or should the club continue down the more reactive path they've taken in recent seasons? There's no denying the success that came from their fast-paced, direct play in the past, but now, with the team adopting a more cautious and controlled approach, is it possible they've lost the spark that made them so dangerous? The energy, the intensity, the unpredictability, these are the hallmarks that used to define Chelsea. But now, are we watching a shadow of the club's former self? The decision on whether to return to their roots or continue with a more methodical approach could define the club's future for years to come. Could Chelsea's loss of identity be irreversible? Fans know better than anyone how crucial it is for a team to have an identity, to be recognizable on the pitch. But when the essence of that identity seems to fade, what's left? Is a more reactive, defensively focused game really the future of a club that once dominated with flair and fearlessness? Fans have witnessed the team's decline in intensity, and now they must decide, should they accept this new direction, or is it time for the club to rediscover what made them champions in the first place? Does the Chelsea we know, the Chelsea that took control, pressed high, and played with relentless ambition, still exist? Or have we seen the last of that exhilarating football? As supporters, your voices are crucial now more than ever. Will you stand by the club's new direction, or do you demand the return of the Chelsea that took the Premier League and Europe by storm? This is the moment when decisions made off the pitch will shape the club's future. So, Chelsea fans, the question is simple: do you believe the team can revive its former aggressive, exciting style, or is it time to move forward with something different? Your opinion matters, and it could make all the difference in reigniting the passion that once defined Chelsea's game. Every day there's something new from Chelsea. Subscribe to the channel and give us a like to stay informed. Comment on your thoughts about the news, it really helps Chelsea. Bye, see you in the next video.